Years before Hasty Bake was known as a charcoal grill, it was known as a charcoal oven. Today, that's exactly how we're going to use it. I'm real excited because today we're cooking one of my absolute favorite recipes on the grill. Now I know what you may be thinking, what kind of protein or meat are we cooking today? It's not that. This week on the grill we have some Hasty Bake grill bread. Now I'm no baker, but this recipe right here is really easy to do and it's going to make something absolutely killer on the back end. To start, we have 1.5 cups of lukewarm water. Not hot, not cold, but lukewarm. The reason we want it warm is we're going to put some active dry yeast into it. If it's too hot, it'll kill the yeast. If it's too cold, it won't activate it. So we're going for 1.25 teaspoons. Now we're going to stir this into the warm water and cover it with a towel. Once that yeast is fully incorporated into the water, it's going to start foaming to activate. Once that foaming happens, we're going to go ahead and work in 1 cup of lukewarm milk. Not too hot, not too cold, lukewarm. Now this mixture of the yeast and the milk and the water is going to go into a large mixing bowl. Once everything's in that bowl, you're going to start mixing in slowly your flour and your salt mixture. All the ingredients are going to be in the comments below. Now you want to slowly mix this in, not too much at a time, because you want it to fully incorporate. Now I'm stirring it with a dough hook. You can do this with a KitchenAid mixer as well if you prefer. The dough hook gives you a little bit better feel on how sticky it is, but just keep mixing it in until all that flour and salt are fully incorporated. Now once you have a sticky dough ball and you're convinced all the flour is completely mixed up and there's no pockets of flour, we're going to go ahead and cover this with a towel and set it on top of your stove for about 4 hours. You want it to rise a little bit more, go ahead and put it in the oven with the light on. No heat, just the light on. You're going to let it sit for 4 hours. Right about that time is when it's going to double and then it's ready to start making the bread out of. Once that dough is completely risen to the point where we want it to be, you're going to come back in there and punch it back down so it stops inflating. It's going to be a nice sticky mixture like this. Now we're going to take this mixture and you're going to pinch off about the size of a lime. I want it to be about yay big, and you're going to start working it in your hands. I like to oil my hands with olive oil so nothing sticks, and you can start pulling it out. You're not looking for anything real uniform here as far as shape goes, but you definitely want it to be about the same thickness so everything cooks evenly. These are small pieces of bread that you can kind of serve with a meal or as a snack, so they don't have to be too big. About like that's great. Kind of like pizza dough, you can use the weight of the dough to go ahead and stretch it out. Now that those are made, we're going to a hot grill. Now it's in the bake position, probably around 350 degrees. We're going to put this directly over the fire, brown it on one side, flip it over, oil it with some salt and some herbs inside the oil. Get the other side done. As soon as it's nice and cooked, you bring it over, rinse and repeat till you got a pile of amazing smoky grill bread. Now that's all there is to it. Now this tastes like it just came out of a brick oven. It's nice and soft. It's dense enough. It's a little doughy, but still cooked all the way through. I'm telling you, people are gonna go wild for this grill bread. Try this, I guarantee you're gonna love it. I guarantee it's gonna become one of your usual recipes that you feed your friends and family with. It's practically made for the Hasty Bake, and it's something you're gonna be using for years and years to come. Hasty Bake grill bread. Oh, it's so good. You guys have a great week. Subscribe, follow us, continue to show up. We love that you're here. We'll see you soon.